Welcome back. Let's wrap up our conversation now with our Veep stakes. And Terri Austin, I teased the fact that Tammy Duckworth is now emerging as a potential vice presidential nominee for the Biden campaign. Your thoughts on why she would be excellent and why my other two panelists are probably wrong with the people that they're about to name.
Listen, I think, Del, that there are several really great female candidates, and we know Biden has already committed to selecting a female for his running mate. I think Tammy Duckworth would be excellent. She is a person of color. Granted, she's not an African American or an African, so she's not, considered a Black person, but she is a person of color. She's mixed race. She's got Asian and I think Chinese also, and or Asian and Thai, I think is her mixture. But the point is, she's a veteran. She's a double amputee. She's a bright woman. She's from Illinois. I think she's a senator. So she has that sort of national experience. And I think she's one tough cookie. She has already spoken back against Trump for some attacks that she's incurred. She's basically stood up and said, listen, I'm a veteran and my family has all fought in the war, and my father, my brothers. So don't talk to me about courage when you, in fact, have dodged the draft 5 times. So I think she's a tough cookie, and I think she'd be a great contender. Do I think there are others? Yes, but she would be good.
See, Brian, I told you it was going to be Gretchen Whitmer. Tammy Duckworth.
You sure did. I think Gretchen Whitmer is still, I think, in the top 3 positions. I think Kamala Harris is still in the top position. I think we have to look at dark horses. I mean, the fact that Tammy Duckworth, jumped into the mix at the last minute. We're in this crazy Veep stakes at this point, and it could be any one of a number of very impressive candidates. There are people like Michelle Lujan Grisham, the governor of New Mexico, that could be, in the mix at a certain point. It all depends on what Biden is thinking in that window of time when he's making a decision and who he feels most comfortable with. So it's an equation of, we always go through Veep stakes, and it's who we'd like it to be. And then, that's can be completely irrelevant compared to who he would like it to be and who he's going to feel comfortable with.
And by the way, Jesse, before you go Kamala, because I know you try to do that, it's like the Brady Bunch, where all of a sudden you see these 8 boxes on the screen, and there's Kamala right in the middle, and Jesse right beside her saying Kamala, Kamala, Kamala. Terri also said she thinks Susan Rice would be an excellent vice presidential nominee, but explain to me why you are still in the Kamala Harris camp.
It's simply, what states will he need and who does he need to show up? If he picks Tammy Duckworth, what voters does she bring with her? He was already going to win Illinois. So that, to me, is her biggest flaw, that she doesn't bring any more Democrats. What Joe Biden needs is a strong turnout from minority Democrats, and I don't think Tammy Duckworth is going to excite the African-American vote or the Hispanic vote. I think that's why Senator Harris still should be his top choice. The only reason why I will give you the Michigan governor, even being somewhere close to the top, is because they need to win Michigan. That's about the only reason, because she's not going to bring any more African-American Democrats out to vote. One last thing. It is Joe Biden's choice. If he decides at the last moment he wants to back up and not even choose a woman, keep in mind, it's his choice. It's who he's most comfortable with. If he decides at the last second Andrew Cuomo is his guy, you can see the calculation is who's going to be more acceptable to Republicans as well as who's going to be more acceptable to Democrats. He doesn't want to put anybody that's polarizing on his ticket and give Republicans a reason to vote against him. So I still say Senator Harris is probably his best choice if he wants to guarantee a win. But all of the other names that we've talked about here, he still has a good chance of winning with them on his ticket.
Terri, this is your moment of truth, your raison d'etre, using my French vocabulary. I'll give you the last word on this.
But I would say, as far as his VP pick, I think Biden has to be careful and not go back on his promise to select a woman. So I think he is stuck now in that category. And of all of the women, and I do think Susan Rice would be the woman who could take him the furthest. She is amazing as far as international affairs are concerned. And so I think that would help her to bring the ticket home, so to speak. You know, I do agree a lot with what Brian just said. I think that Duckworth is wonderful, but she won't bring a lot of new votes. And as far as the Black vote is concerned, I'll leave it at this. Biden, I think, already has the Black vote. So his selection, I think, should really depend on who can bring more votes, period, end of story. Whether those are Republican or independent or Democrat or Black, he needs someone who can help pull in the rest of those votes.
And Terri, that's why you will be back next week. Brian will talk sometime in midweek to determine your fate. And Jesse, you know how we all feel about you anyway.
Man, I've been voted off the island, man.
Let me get one of them little candles thing and snuff out the candle. But I want to thank each and every one of you for being with us again this week, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.